Well, we started talking to Matt on the show during the rollout of the COVID shots after he got his hands on some of the vials of those vaccines, mixed them with his own blood, and then put them under a microscope. Wasn't exactly sure what he saw, but he knew that it was bad news. And since then, Matt has also conducted independent research on 5G and what it does to our bodies. Well, now Matt has a new project. In the past several months, Matt has collected a large number of samples of dental anesthetics, the kind used while filling a cavity or performing a root canal. He started to look at those under a microscope, and once again, what he's discovering is shocking him. According to Matt, the exact same nanotech that he observed in these vaccines is also showing up in dental anesthetics. Now, you might be thinking, oh, he's just seeing the same thing no matter what he puts under a microscope, but that's not the case. Matt says that he tested anesthetics from 2019, pre-COVID, and didn't find any suspected nanotech in them. We want to hear a lot more about that. To that end, Matt Taylor joins us now. Matt, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you being here.
I'll wish for you, Stu. Glad to be here.
Take us through your findings here.
Time is limited, so I'll be brief, but I'm finding the same stuff in different products. The news has been going around that it's in everything. We've been hearing that all over the place.
Yeah,
right?
We've been hearing that it's in the skies, in our chemtrails, it's in our food, it's in our plants, it's in the water. It's everywhere.
That's all true. And the disappointing part for me is that all of us who have stayed away from these shots, now they're putting in other products that we can't avoid. So I'm late in coming to this information because I want very much to not instill panic, but I don't know what else to do. And some days, Stu, I'm going to come on your show and give you really good news that this is not one of those days. Yeah. I started looking selfishly at anesthetics because I was concerned, and I found some weird stuff. Nothing huge. So I asked a local dentist if she could hook me up with some old anesthetics, and I compared those two. The old stuff didn't have it in it. The new stuff did. And then once I put that out on Maria Z, then I got a lot of inquiries from the people here. I live in a very, very unvaccinated community. And so they wanted me to start to look at this stuff. And so I did, and it keeps getting worse is the problem. The latest ones that I've seen, the ones with the latest expiration date, are much more active, same technology, different rapidity in their formations, all these things. So the answer is yes. They're putting it in absolutely everything, and the injections are especially problematic because it goes straight to the blood.
So you're saying that there's nanotechnology. You can see the same self-assembling circuitry that you found in the vials of these bioweapon injections that were referred to as safe and effective vaccines, and by places like the BBC are still being pushed onto people as they intentionally murder people. That same technology is what you're finding in these dental products that you're talking about, specifically the anesthesia that's required for a root canal or a cavity fill.
That's right. And I'm assuming for outpatient surgery and those kinds of things as well.
Okay. Well, I mean, how to not cause panic and concern with reporting that, I don't know. But, this is Matt Taylor testing this stuff. And I think right now, basically, the call would be for dentists, doctors in the dental field, people with access to these, with access to a microscope. Go look at it yourself. Try to discredit these claims. Try to see if this is something that's widespread or if it's just localized in Ecuador, which I don't think that there's any reason to believe that's the case. And see how far widespread this is. And then if you are a doctor at a dental facility, if you are a dentist or a dental hygienist or a technician, and you look at these and you find this, are you willing to report it? Are you willing to ask the questions? Why is there self-assembling nanotechnology in the anesthesia that we use in our patients? I mean, I think that's a good place to start. Do you agree?
It's just anesthetic. So why the hell is this stuff in here? But luckily, we're out of excuses. So if it's illegal to look at the vaccines, then fine. Now it's not. Anybody can get their hands on this, and please repeat my work. And so my approach on this is there's only so much that I can do. I'm getting this verified by other microscopists because of your show and because of you hooking me up with other people. Other people are doing this. So this is an appeal to the microscope army to get out there, get a microscope, and get a router and start doing this.
Has anybody ever asked themselves the question, why would it be illegal to look at the contents of the Pfizer vials or the Moderna vials? Why would that be illegal to do? Can you explain that, Matt? We know why. We know the answer. That's a rhetorical question. We absolutely know why. It's illegal because they don't want you to find the self-assembling circuitry. They don't want you to see the nanotechnology. They don't want you to know about the bioweapon, the hydrogel, the pegylated lipid nanoparticles. They don't want you to know about the absence of mRNA while they've been gaslighting you and psyoping you into believing that these are mRNA technology invented by Dr. Robert Malone. They don't want you to see that the empire of lies has literally lied about every single aspect of what's inside of these vials, ultimately in syringes, and then going into the arms of your children. That is causing people to die suddenly all over the planet. They don't want you to know what's in the anesthetics that's being used at your dental office. They don't want you to know what's in the lettuce that they're spraying and what they're growing in these fake meat laboratories. They don't want you to know that it's in your food, in the sky, in your aerosol sprays, and everywhere else virtually in every other aspect of your life. They want you encoded with this nanotechnology, and they're going to do it by any means necessary. They will not stop unless they are stopped. Matt Taylor, thank you.
And as David focuses in here, I'll remind people that this is not a remedy of any kind. This is just an anesthetic with one job to do, which is to numb you out. And why is it doing this is a compelling question to ask. How is this beneficial in anesthetizing your mouth?